It's not only the wife and children who pay for men's recklessness, it's their moms too. So not only are moms not allowed to behave this way because of this comment, like you said, any mother who goes climbing or does anything and gets hurt, she's a reckless mother who abandoned her children, whereas a father is not, right? But I want to show you all a comment I got on my YouTube channel because this is very common. Look at this. A friend of mine had a brother who had a base jumping injury. Somehow he survived, broken bones everywhere, multiple surgeries, years of rehab, permanent pain. His mother had to nurse him for years, etc. Ruined his life, nearly destroyed his parents' marriage and his parents' finances, aged 20. And honestly, as someone who used to be really reckless in the outdoors, I never, ever once thought of the impact it would have on my family. My mother especially. I did think about how she worried about me all the time, which is one reason why I never told her what I was doing. She didn't even know that I lived in my truck for years. I just left that out. I was like, we're on the road. I never told. She had no idea that I lived in my truck. Didn't want to worry her. That's a little different than, being super reckless in the outdoors. But you get what I mean. I thought the biggest price that she paid was worrying about me. But no, that's not even the beginning of it. Because if I had gotten injured and, become disabled as a result of it, who do you think is going to take care of me? I was single, so I didn't have a husband. And if I did have a husband or a boyfriend, statistically, they'd be 6 times likelier to dump me. So they ain't taking care of me. My guy friends, I know for a fact they're not taking care of me. Why? Because when I actually did get injured, just with the torn ACL, which took me out for several months, they not only didn't come to the hospital, they didn't come visit, they did nothing. They didn't even call. They didn't even ask if I needed anything. They literally just went and skied the pow-pow, bro. So none of these men who are doing reckless stuff have men who are going to take care of them because the men in their lives don't even take care of themselves. So who do you think this falls on? These men being reckless when they don't actually get their wives, their daughters, or their kids, or their friends killed, or get themselves killed, which is going to traumatize their entire family. If they're lucky and just get injured, the women in their life will pay the price of their recklessness for the rest of their lives. Oftentimes, the financial, and remember, financial is not just money. Women's labor goes undervalued or just devalued or not valued at all. And so taking care of a person who is, like that story, taking care of your son because he went out and just wanted to go base jumping and now he can't work. He's dependent on you. All just, and this is I'm not trying to be ableist here. People are born with disabilities. People become disabled. I mean, all of us, if I've learned anything from creators on here who are disabled, is for me realizing just how ableist I am and that every single one of us is just one injury or one illness away from being disabled ourselves, right? So if I'm coming across that way, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that men are so reckless because they're driven by their ego and their toxic masculinity and not even caring about their own safety, which puts everyone else at risk. When they become disabled because of an injury that was totally avoidable and they were driven purely by selfishness and boredom and running from trauma, because that's what usually most of them are doing, is running from trauma they won't deal with. That's exactly why I was so reckless, y'all. And again, I am all about adventure and challenge and facing your fears, but that's not what they're doing. A lot of men, not all, and a lot of people, not all, who are into extreme sports are doing it for reasons to run from something, including marathon runners literally running from trauma. That's what this is about. And who pays the price for unhealed men? Whether that unhealed men are out there literally unaliving us, their unhealed wounds are bleeding out on everyone closest to them, which is a lot of times women, either through domestic violence or financial abuse, through our nervous system because they're so terrifying to be around when they're angry, or through risk-taking, recklessness. So yeah, I love men and I want them to heal, not only for themselves, but because women especially bear the burden of men refusing to deal with their crap. The whole world, whether they're trying to go to space or in a stupid little tin can sub whatever, going to see a shipwreck, these delusional unhealed men are taking everybody out. They're affecting all of us. Please, for the love of God, get help. Please. God. When cishet white men, especially ones with a lot of money, don't go to therapy, and real therapy, I don't mean like to learn how to manipulate us. Everyone suffers and the whole world is going to die.